All right, we've got this week's piece. Little antique secretary. There's just a few things wrong with it. So we have a big chunk taken out here that I can leave alone or copy from this side and put over, and that will be fine. It's the original key that still works. The inside is fine. There's some ink marks down over here, but it's not too big of a deal. It's gonna bleed through, so I'll have to just shellac that. Got some peg holes here from what I'm guessing was a mirror at one time. So those are gone and filled with dust. So I'll probably fill those in. Then we have just a little teeny tiny piece of the missing applique there. And then it looks like some years ago there may have been some water damage because there's some rippling in the back, which isn't very noticeable, but there is a little crack down there. I'm pretty sure the back I'm going to do a decoupage print, so I haven't decided. I've got a couple out. I've just been like looking over some of them. I'm probably not going to use either of them just because they're a little too sweet for this piece. I think this one needs something a little less sweet.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Thank you, my sweet angel. You're very kind. But yeah, so this week's piece. All right, so we've done a quick sand. We're cleaning it right now. We just took out this top piece and Lucas is trying to pull out the extra nails. Don't worry, it's very safe. They're not going anywhere. I'll have to go through and pull them out. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish up this. I'm not gonna film all the boring stuff because, you know, you guys have seen it. Hey, no screwdriver, just the pliers. There you go. Yeah, so the next you'll see is we're just gonna actually start painting. Next step is done. As you can see, I've taped off the shelves because I've decided that I'm pretty sure I want to leave them the wood color because I'm leaving the inside here wood. I just like the color and I want to keep some of the character that it had. So we'll paint the back, all the sides, possibly this top shelf, but I hadn't decided yet, so I just went ahead and taped it off because you can always just take the tape off if you change your mind and want to, you know, go over the entire piece again. So I'm going to start painting and see what the overall piece looks like so that I can decide on whether or not I want to keep. I'm pretty sure I'm going to paint this top one green, but I liked keeping these two wood, and then the backboards will be either green or a decoupage of some kind. I've got two options I'm looking into right now, but I have to wait till the paint's dried and everything before I decide on whether or not I want to do it. They're going to get painted green first so that they have a base layer for the decoupage to go on, so it doesn't really matter if I end up leaving them or choosing a pattern on later anyway, so that works out well. And then of course little details down here will also be green. Sides green, everything green, the exception of the shelves thus far. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm starting out with a color blend because I like to blend colors. It would just be too easy to be able to tell somebody the exact color I used. So this is a blend of several of the Chalk Mountain paint colors, namely that green, the number 19 that I just showed you. It was just a little too bright, so I deepened it up with some black and probably a smidge of white and maybe a touch of purple, but who knows, as it's been a while and I did this video a long time ago and this is the voiceover that's going with it. So I'm just going through. I'm going to gild the applique on there. However, I just think it looks so much nicer with paint on it first, so that's why I'm painting over it. You could also choose to actually paint it like a gold or a different color, whatever you want to do, but we all know how much I love gilding. And as far as this back goes, I know I said I was going to decoupage it. I am. I do like to put a color down underneath just in case there's any
like part of the back that may peek through, at least it's of a similar color and it won't be noticeable. So you don't have to do this part, but it does help you in the long run. If something were to happen to the decoupage paper, you wouldn't really see that there was anything wrong with it. It's just kind of an extra step of camouflage. And then this piece, I mean, is super simple. It's just going over it. You're going to get 2 coats of paint and it's going to be totally fine with this dark of a color. This is actually just some gift wrap that I found and I liked it, so I picked it up specifically for decoupage. So you just kind of measure out, eyeball a piece, and then get it in there so that you could really define it and make sure that you're getting all, you know, the corners right and everything like that. Oh, this was a fun thing. I just tried out these new foam brushes and I really liked them. I usually do the Woosters, but I found these because they have the changeable foam heads, which I thought was really fun. So yeah, it worked well. I'll get it again, or just the refills. I don't know. It's a cool thing. Again, second coat, and then this one's good to go. You can tell that it doesn't, I mean, I'm just second coating for the sake of second coating. It looks really good without anything. And then the whole piece got poly. You totally could wax this. Not the, you have to do the decoupage paper with poly, but you could wax the entire rest of the piece and it would be totally fine. And I am going over the paper on top. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If it's tissue paper or wrapping paper, I will go over with poly. If it's a really thick, like wallpaper, sometimes I don't go over it because it's already wipeable and already in a good place, and so long as you use enough underneath, you shouldn't need it. You can go around the edges though to make sure that they're really sealed in. This is just any cleanup that needs to happen. So, you know, now's my favorite part, and that is the gilding wax. As you can see, I already put the keyhole, the escutcheon plate back on. I gilded it before putting it back on, and then I'm just going around carefully with my fingers. You can clean up gilding wax, but if you don't have to, why? And this piece just turned out so lovely. It was really easy, a super quick flip, and I love it. I love secretaries. They're probably my most favorite. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll get back on a normal schedule again, and I will see you guys next week. Subscribe if you haven't. Bye.